Just a quick reminder before we get started. Tuesday, you will be completing revision and creating a summary sheet, and Wednesday, we will be sitting the halfway test. Today is a recap of factorising by completing the square. I know all classes did this last semester, so today should just be a refresher. If I asked you to factorise this expression, you would think of two numbers that multiplied to give 15 and added to give 8. So 5 and 3 would be the numbers. So we'd put them in the brackets, x plus 5 and x plus 3. Factorising this next expression is the same process. We're thinking of two numbers that multiply to 25 and add to give 10. So x plus 5 and x plus 5. This last expression here, if I tried the same process, I'm thinking of two numbers that multiplied to give 1. So 1 times 1 equals 1. That's the only thing that can multiply to give 1. But 1 plus 1 does not equal 6. So for this expression, we're going to need to factorise by completing the square. This is the formula to follow to complete the square. If you follow this exactly, you should get it right every time. The first step is to figure out what half of b squared equals. So b is the middle part of the expression. Once we've done this, we add half of b squared and subtract half b squared from the equation. We do it in the middle where I've indicated. Next, we factorise the first part of the expression and simplify the end. So when factorised, it will be two brackets that should be the exact same, and simplifying the end, we're just adding or taking away the numbers at the end. Then, because the bracket should be the same, we can rewrite it out like this. And the last step is to factorise using dots that will look something like this. So please pause on this slide to copy this formula into your books. Let's do an example using the formula. So the first thing I need to figure out is what half of b squared equals. So this is b. Half of b squared equals 6 divided by 2 is 3 squared, which equals 9. So I add that to the middle of the equation and take it away. Next, I need to factorise this first section here. So I'm thinking of two numbers that multiply to 9 and add to 6. So 3 and 3. And then I need to simplify the last section here, which just means negative 9 plus 1, which is negative 8. Then the next step is just kind of rewriting it out. So because we've got two brackets that are the same, we can just write it like this. And then the negative 8 just still stays down here. Then the last step is we factorise using dots. So basically the first part here and the second part, because 8 isn't a perfect square number, we'll just do the square root. Now it's important to note 1 is a plus and 1's a minus because it's difference of perfect squares. We'll do another example. So my first thing to figure out is what half of b squared equals. So b in this case is 8. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 squared is 16. So I need to add 16 and take it away in the middle of this expression like so. So plus 16 minus 16 minus 3. Then I factorise this first section here. So two numbers that multiply to give 16 and add to give 8. 4 and 4. Then I simplify this. So minus 16 minus 3 minus 19. So then I can rewrite it out like this. X plus 4 squared minus 19. Then I factorize using dots. So my first bracket is the x plus 4, and I'll have plus square root 19. Then I'll have x plus 4 take square root 19. I'll show you one last example just because this one has negatives in it. So we need to figure out what half of b squared equals. So half of negative 4 squared, negative 4 divided by 2, negative 2 squared. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. So I need to add that and take that away from the expression. My next step is to factorize this first part here. So I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to positive 4 but add to negative 4. So it's important to be careful with the negatives here. So x minus 2 is the answer I'm looking for. Then I need to simplify this end part here. Negative 4 minus 7, negative 11. So I can just rewrite that out. X minus 2 squared minus 11. Then I'm going to factorize using dots. So the first part of the perfect square. Then I'm going to plus square root 11 and minus square root 11. And that's my answer done. Could you please have a go at these questions from exercise 5E? Just 3 A, C, E, G, I. See how you go.